Hey guys, I'm back with another writing lesson. I want to show you a teacher example um, where a problem was made up that a child could have, okay? So this is about Gretchen. Gretchen heard a noise. Peep, peep, call. Peep, peep, call. What is that, she thought. She crouched by the path. It was a fierce bird. Gretchen felt afraid. You could see her face. I'll be brave, she thought. She scooped up the bird in her sweater. Okay, and that's the end of the story. Now, I heard some things from the chart, ways to bring your story to life. I heard feeling, and I heard talking, and thinking. Okay, it was told in small little steps. It was one problem. They zoomed in. Okay, now when I finished this story, I could start another story about Gretchen. Maybe next time Gretchen goes up into her treehouse again, and there's a storm. Gretchen hid her head in her hands. Crack! She was cold. And I will write about that story and what is going to happen to Gretchen. You need to use the tools that I gave you. And you need to have a can-do attitude. And when you run into trouble, think about how to write a realistic fiction story and use all of those tools and plan out your stories. I want to talk a little bit about getting your character out of trouble. Let me tell a little story here. Sarah and Julie were walking to school. It was Julie's first day of kindergarten, and her big sister Sarah was going to keep her safe on the way to school. Bye, they shouted as they left the house. This is great, Julie said as they walked down the block. The sun was shining, the flowers were out. They turned the corner, and that's when they saw it. They saw the end. Would that be a satisfying story to the reader? No, because the reader would want to know, what did Sarah and Julie see? You have to give the reader a satisfying ending. You have to make the reader happy that they read a great story, okay? And one way to give them, to make them happy is to get the character out of trouble. So with this Gretchen story where she's in the treehouse again and there's a storm, if I stop my story there, that would not be a satisfying ending. So it says, then the storm passed. Gretchen's mom yelled, Gretchen, come inside and get dry. I made some hot chocolate. Gretchen climbed down the treehouse. And she felt safe at last. Okay, so make sure when you write a story that you get your character out of trouble. Remember to add talking and thinking and feeling and moving, and tell the small steps of the story. Each thing that happened, you have to zoom in. Okay, you can always go back to your stories that you wrote and add more. If you forgot the ending, go back and add an ending. If you forgot some details, go back and add some details. Okay, but make sure you get your character out of trouble. Okay, I'll see you next time.